Africa. And the way New Zealand and South Africa are positioned on the Cup quarterfinals, they could meet in the final. Meantime, here's Fiji against Uruguay in the bowl quarterfinals. They've met 5 times before. It's been one-way traffic. Pretty good result in Los Angeles for Uruguay, 31-7, way back in 2006. Bit of news about the Uruguay team. You see that on the right, they're only listing 11 players. There's a gap at the bottom there. Their big forward, Gabriel Puig, has been suspended for 2 games for a tip tackle against England earlier today. The IRB disciplinary committee coming down to hard on Gabriel Puig, and he will take no part in this game and the next one for Uruguay. Fiji's team is all changed pretty well. They've got all of the guys are on the bench in the previous game against New Zealand, which was so disappointing for them, losing 12-7. I'm Keith Quinn, and with me is Bill Seawood, and great to be here working with you for the first time ever, Bill, and what a great job you've done for us here and for your game in your country. So lovely to work with you, and here's another great game for us to call together.
It certainly is, and thank you, Keith. I appreciate that, and thank you for the years put in, the service rendered, and got another good one here. We'll see what Fiji brings. Like so many teams, riding the roller coaster, but this Fijian squad more so than most. Unbelievable talent. When they put it together, it looks so easy. If they don't, they can be taken. The question is, does Uruguay have enough firepower to bring down a Fiji squad?
And we've got a Welsh referee for this one. Dr. Rhys Thomas is the man with the whistle. So we've got Emosi Mulivoro, and we've got Makasau, Sangwa Kunatani, Asalevu, Tuitonga, and Senaloli in the Fiji lineup. A short stabbing kick to the 10-meter mark and beautifully claimed, and straight away goes him, Adjona Tuitonga, big stocky man. Kunatani is number 12, and there's a nice pass by Tuitonga again, and he's a bit of a hard case, isn't he? Is Muliboro. He stopped and kind of did a funny, you probably don't know about this series years ago on television, the Ministry of Funny Walks, and he does a kind of a strange thing to get it across the line.
Well, in the States, we had the mystery of funny struts, and so it was kind of between funny walks and the funny struts. He went to the corner there on his own, and the old stutter, stop, and go.
Time on.
So it's a try, well taken by Emosi Mulivoro. He's just a little guy, 1'73" and 76 kgs, 26 years of age, and he's put Fiji in the lead by 5-0.
The Fijian fans here, certainly in numbers. I'll tell you what, every one of the squads here in the USA Sevens got a pretty good contingent up in that stands.
For our USA audience, the game of sevens is considered the national game of Fiji. Not so much the game of 15s, the game of sevens, they really excel at it. But
Vantage, knock
the
on.
new coach,
Called advantage over.
Ben Ryan, is hoping for a new standard of consistency in their performance. Has really been disappointed, I'm sure, as a result of what's happened since they beat New Zealand 44-0 before Christmas in Dubai.
Forward pass, 10 metres.
Forward pass, but they hadn't gone back 10 metres. That would have been a tough day for Fiji today. They came to the game against New Zealand with high hopes. They did have that loss to Australia last night, conceding a penalty late in the game. Cameron Clark kicked it over, and it was 22-21. But they came to the game against New Zealand with a great record, a great rivalry, and the high expectations. But they lost a tough game, 12-7. But they've got to bite on that and take what they can from what's left. It's kind of like crumbs off the table to play in the bowl series for these normally, shall we say, hotshot sevens nations. But here we are enjoying a celebration of what Fiji can offer. So back goes the man that scored the try here, Mulivoro. He's a lovely player. And he's given it off to Masalevu. And now it's with Kunatani. And now it's comfortably with Favaro. And Uruguay having some moments. Number 6 is Favaro. Yeah, he's got the break. And a lovely try for Federico Favaro. How do you like that? And a little signal to the kids at home. It wasn't a Mickey Mouse signal. It was that in genuine celebration.
Well done by Uruguay. Los Teros just kind of hung in there. You saw Freitas with the spin, got held up in the air, and then
10 seconds.
Got it off, and Favaro
10.
able to punch it in, circle it around, and get a little closer so they have a shot at the conversion. Can take the lead with this one.
Look at that. They've taken the lead with a 2. A lovely kick.
Just in time.
You hear that from the referee shouting 10 seconds, and then just in time. The International Rugby Board is coming down hard on the slowness of the conversions.
It should be
but I don't think we've seen any examples of the referees taking the kicks away. Have you, from the games you've done?
No, not yet.
So it's a little bit of lip service to that idea, considering that 48% of the games in the previous tournament took longer than 30 seconds to get kicked, when it was just a recommended rule. Fiji got a fire up here. Uruguay in the lead by 7-5. Some nice runners. There's Kunatani.
Fiji just making its way downfield, trying to capitalize on that mistake on the restart and the kick that went out.
Semi Kunatani again. More probing for the gap is Mulivoro.
Push. Back.
Oh, back between the legs. That's a bit like your American football there, Bill. It's that pull back between the legs to the quarterback. Oh, nice pass here.
That would be either a shotgun or a deep snap, and they got themselves a shotgun to go over the line.
Oh, I prefer deep snap.
Okay.
So there is Leo Naikasau, who has scored the try from the Wardens Namosi. He was in that made his debut in Ben Ryan's team that went to Dubai and took part in the win over New Zealand there, which they still talk about. New Zealand is in hushed tones. It's the try.
I don't know if that was Seniloli with the hop and skip and then up in midair, but that's just impressive. If you're a defender, just the fact that he's doing all that in front of you got to throw you off a little. The restart looks a little short.
It does look short. Who plays it first?
10.
Fiji played it first, so it's a free kick restart from referee Thomas of Wales for the Uruguay. Now, Uruguay, they've got their own little dignified piece of rugby history. They're not played out of the opportunities to do well at all. They've played in 3 Rugby World Cups, sevens tournaments. For the finals, the one in Moscow they were at, and the one in Dubai before that. We're back in 2005 in Hong Kong.
Knock off.
It has not been the great tournament that Fiji wanted, as you noted. And, you know, last year they were in the 3rd place game, lost to Samoa. Samoa is also, they're moving, they're in the cup round, but not impressive in my mind so far.
But here comes Fiji trying. Oh, here's Tuitonga. Look at the way this guy goes. It takes him on hard in the upper body, swinging the ball out wide. Over the halfway line they come. Running hard with the ball is Naikasau. Now it's with Sangwa. Naikasau again. Sangwa, number 5. Number 2 there is Masalevu. And, well, this is a surprise. A very good effort by Uruguay. They are in the lead by, Fiji in the lead. They got the other try, didn't they? 12-7 at the halftime break. What we heard from Ben Ryan there is quite sensational, really. I did say he's a very level-headed man. That's the angriest I've ever heard him. I don't expect standards like this, he told that team there. You heard that. He said, this plane stops in Nandi on the way to New Zealand. He said, I will make changes if this continues. So that is a warning really to these players. You heard him also, Bill, make reference to the black shirts with the silver ferns.
Yeah.
He's saying, why don't you play this team like the black shirts with the silver ferns? So, wow.
He was pretty animated. Not anything veiled. He came out and let them know. Some of you guys might be making a shorter trip than you think you were at the start of this one.
With the ball, Francisco Lopez, a promising young player for Uruguay as they begin the second half. These guys suddenly can't kick the ball 10 metres from both sides.
Certainly you remember earlier in the tour when they were just restart kings. Everything they threw in the air came back to them. Now they can't get it past 10.
Okay, here's Tui Tonga. Oh, no, it's not. It's a try for Masalevu. Benito Masalevo. So he might be thinking, I would quite like to have a boarding pass to move on from Nandi. Nandi's the international airport in Fiji. The capital city is Suva, and the plane stops at Nandi. I've never heard anything like that really from a coach, and that's lovely running.
Very simple, as Gaston Guberneau did not close on that one. Went for the dummy, kind of opened his shoulders up, and just rolling to it was Masalevu. He's thinking he needs a couple more of those miles for the frequent flyer stuff. Hello.
Yes, it's the rocket has paid up, I think. Here comes Tui Tonga from the North Harbour Association Rugby Union in New Zealand. And that's a try for Jona Tui Tonga. He's resident in Auckland, New Zealand.
So they've responded, at least point-wise, as you see here. It just looks like kids going out for an Easter egg hunt. There's one laying there on the green grass. Pick it up and go.
Oh, what a lovely pickup it was, too, by Henry Seniloli.
So then my question to you, Keith, how much of this is really Fiji stepping it up, and how much is just a case of Uruguay?
Sorry.
And how much is this not concentrating to kick the ball to the 10-metre mark? And that's crazy. So, sorry, Bill, your question again. It's
how much is Fiji coming versus Uruguay stepping down to give it to them?
Yes, they're handing it over to them here since half time, but then the message was well and truly given to the Fiji players, wasn't it, by Coach Ryan? And he might be feeling, I can't put words into his mind, but he might be feeling a trifle frustrated at his situation there, because the financial dealings of Fiji Rugby Union were reported as meaning that he hadn't been paid for his professional services yet as the coach of the Fiji team. And maybe there's frustrations appearing in many directions if the players are not responding to his calls since that wonderful performance at Dubai, when they really just stunned the Sevens world. Number 4 is Maikasau. He got a try in the first half. Clearing it away is Saingwa. And now it's with Henry Seniloli and Tui Tonga. Ooh, was that a forward pass? Maybe not. Masalevu, he's lost it forward. And now, to build up from the back, perhaps Uruguay. They're a courageous team. With the ball for Uruguay there was Freitas. And now the kick forward. Here is their brilliant young man, Francisco Lopez. And away he goes. That's his 3rd try of the tournament.
Can I speak to you?
Lopez just got to be adding some sting to this one. Had a try against Portugal, one against Samoa. And here, off the foot as he gets hammered. And just a gift bounce right to him. Nicely done. Clutch and go.
Well, a try like that, some more points for Uruguay, and maybe a few more of those boarding passes will be withheld. No more getting close to the complimentary beverages on the plane. 26-14. It's a much better looking score at the moment. Off the bench is Ian Schmidt for Uruguay, number 7. And That's a better kickoff, isn't it? Altogether.
More.
And Uruguay, let's face it, down by a dozen. There's still time left if Fiji kind of falls into that sleepwalking mode. Taking a look at the Fijian bench.
Crouch.
The turf was brought there right for his knee.
You can do anything with these wonderful cameras.
Yes.
Our crew of men and women here in Las Vegas doing some wonderful work for us. Great images and sound and pictures, graphics, the whole package. Providing these pictures going out from Las Vegas to the world for the HSB Sevens World Series, round 4 of 9. Wellington in a fortnight will be round 5. And then it's on to Tokyo and Hong Kong, Scotland and London.
You happy to tackle here?
Okay, here he goes again. Stop, start, go. Masalevu. To Itonga. Oh, was that a pass? A little forward to Kunatane. And a nice run here by Nakasau. He's like a bull at the gate. And that's another one for Nakasau, and a good one too for the hard-working forward.
I doubted it.
Got 6 tries he does after his opening try in his Dubai debut. And you take a look at Masalevu circling around, being chased by Schmidt, and then spinning it.
Yeah, a couple of
nice.
might have.
Senni Loli.
3 might have been right along the line there. Perhaps centimetres forward. Hey, but let's not worry. It's a showcase now at 31-14 and 30 seconds to go. Osio Kolinisau is on the field. He's been a guy we've admired over the years. Been playing for a number of times now, 28 years of age.
Let him come down. In the air.
Okay, here's Schmidt. Did they kick it? They didn't kick it. They just passed it. Lopez.
Reese Thomas sees all.
Okay, I think he was passing to Lopez for Francisco to kick it.
Time's expired. You know what? I'm not sure if at 31-14 Ben Ryan's going to be happy on the flight.
Well, I guess we'll wait and see that the flight does, as he said, stop, and Nandi might be making changes. I know that a number of the other teams are going to stop and rebook. Here's a lovely run coming in by Favaro, who's already scored a try here. Now, can Fiji break out and get another one from the backfield? Running away with the ball is Kunatane. There's open country ahead, and Kunatane is going to run it in. Bravely chased all the way, but that's another one for Fiji. Up they go to 36-14, and Semi Kunatane is the try scorer.
I mean, just swatting them away here. Says goodbye to Schmidt and Quayle, and then set sail on the good ship Kunatane.
You're beautiful, Bill. And the conversion is
Thank you. Cheers.
over, and it's a 38-14 win. Is it enough to satisfy Coach Ryan? That's the question, even though it's a comfortable margin for Fiji here in the bowl quarterfinal.
Well, Ben, it's a win. We heard what you said at half-time, though. Disappointed that you had to give them that kind of rocket?
Yep, they were incredibly disappointed after the game against New Zealand, where, you know, a few things happened out there that we weren't particularly happy with. But that's that, and they've got to bounce back. There's, you know, another game tomorrow, and we've got to win the bowl. And then we've got to make sure that we're on form for Wellington. So I'm not going to take players that are letting in loose tries or aren't on the money. It's hard to come back, and they're trying their hardest, but you know, we hate being in a bowl, and you know, it's been a disaster of a day in that respect.
If Osei Kolonisau isn't lifting the bowl tomorrow, will you make changes for Wellington?
Yeah, probably. If, mind you, there's a cost involved with that, and there's not a lot of money floating around at the moment. But yeah, no, if we have to, we will, because you know, the boys know that there's competition at home. I said I'll pick on form. Well, this is form, so let's see what we got tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, a bit of